Okay, this is the thing. I had an idea. I had an idea that I was going to watch all of Married at First Night. Epic fail. Epic fail. And so I was like, I'm gonna start watching this and then keep watching it.
One eternity later.
Keep watching it.
Eventually.
Keep watching it. Okay, I just watched all of Married at First Sight, like all of it. Okay, I didn't watch all of it. I just watched season 11 and then the start of 12. So let's just talk about it. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, we are talking about Married at First Sight. I have never ever watched this show. I'm not gonna lie. I did a special on another episode, another show, and I had some YouTubers we were collaborating with. The show came up, and I noticed I never actually watched the show, like, ever. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually watch the show, and I ended up binging all of 11. Okay. I couldn't stop watching it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to come to the crew and we're going to talk about it, okay? Now, Amelia and Bennett. Now, this couple, and this is me being honest, I know they had their predictions before the show started, but as soon as I saw them, I'm going to get my other headphone, y'all. As soon as I saw them get together, as soon as I saw the whole thing, I knew it. I knew it from the jump that those two were going to be together. They were going to last. I don't know why I did. Maybe because they both were goofy or quirky. I knew they had it. Now I didn't go to the past, but a little bit that they said about the past, they said they had some problems with bad relationships. When they first meet each other, and this is going for the show, the whole premise, they cannot see or know who they're going to get married to. They usually have a matchmaking ceremony. The experts put them together. They let them know, like, hey, you're getting married to us, but I can't tell you to who. They get to the wedding. Their family knows about it and everything else. But they get there. They have blindfold on. They have the whole thing they do before you get married. The bachelor, all that stuff they do. And then they go there and they have a mask on their face, and you cannot see who you're married to. So these two get married, and off the jump, they have a connection. And I thought, it's like they knew each other this entire time. I didn't really see any fallout with the two of them. When they first get together, they have their marriage. Then they have the little honeymoon. They go away with all the other couples. Once they come back, they move into their home. The only thing that was different for season 11 than it was from any other season, COVID-19 hit in the middle of recording this whole situation. Now, that did change a lot of the scenarios for the couples. I felt like when I first saw that COVID-19 hit while this was taping, I said, now, if you are in a relationship or a friendship or anything, COVID-19 tested those boundaries for a lot of people. And for some people, it made them closer. For some, it meant the end. For these two, I feel like it brought them close together. Now, mind you, Amelia was already have some kind of internship, some job that was going to take her away from Bennett for extended amount of time, because they are in New Orleans. He was willing to do whatever to be with her. The one thing I will say, it did not even seem like there was a doubt in his mind about her. From the first time he met her to even when he knew she was going to be leaving with another job, there was no doubt in his mind about Amelia. And that, to me, I saw the genuine quality in the two of them. I saw the two of them being a longevity. I really did. The goofy and quirkiness about the two of them, the fact that he built his own house, she didn't care. They had the little squabble that I saw the two of them have was over phones for clothes, folding somebody's underwear. I mean, people, when you're married and you're with somebody, arguing over folded clothes is really a common thing. Arguing over clothes on the floor, just whatever. These two were made for each other. So when they got together for the little reunion, and then again after the decision day, I wasn't surprised at all when they both said yes, even though they hadn't even seen each other, because he had been in New Orleans and she had been doing her her work. You know, she even said they have a small house. So if it's time, if she's tired from work, it's time to go to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening early. He'd be like, okay, lights off, time to go to bed. He supports her 100%. And being there's a TV show, and they all made that really known, there's a TV show, there are cameras running. This is one couple that I felt like it wouldn't have mattered if the cameras were on or not. These two were going to end up being together. So the decision day, because they after the steps of getting married, honeymoon, then cohabitating for a certain amount of time, they kind of do like a rush microwave marriage to me. And then the show gives them time, each couple at the end, they go to D-Day. D-Day is if they're going to decide if they're going to say yes or no and get divorced and move on or whatever. Well, in this instance, they said yes, and they stayed together. So, and from what I've read and looked at, they are still together. Okay, Armani and Woody. Let me not even front. Louisiana, Texas girl right here. Blogger, no blogger. I love this couple. In fact, I want this couple on my show. I love this couple. Now, when I first saw Marty and Woody, first thing I said was, this is a beautiful black couple. I hope they make it. I hope they make it, because these circumstances, the chances of them staying together, you know. So, they're both from New Orleans. Okay. He is a teacher and he's a coach. I wanted to find out if he was into, because you know I'm into track and I'm into football and basketball, so I don't even know what he actually coached, but something about them drew something to me. She likes to work with nonprofit situations, and they just seem to go together. Now, you first see, you know, Woody coming down. This is before they even said, you know, I do. He's extremely hype. He's on 10 all the time. And you might think it's just for the TV show, but according to her, he keeps the same energy, whether the camera is on or not. His family backed that up 100%. And he's from New Orleans, and I hate to be biased like that. I'm sorry, North Louisiana too. But most of the time, that is where we rock. You know, you hype. You hype, you on 10. You know, especially the men. Women are too. But this is a common thing right there. You know what I'm saying? Just ready to go at all time, baby. So anyway, they get together. They get married. As soon as he sees her, he's smiling, grinning. The first 30 minutes after they got married, he was like, I'm super happy. He was happy with the way she looked. He was happy with everything. He thought she was fine. He was completely happy. She was having her doubts, which anybody would. You're getting married for the first time, and you're already talking to me like I'm all of that, and we haven't even had, you know, 30 minutes together alone. We haven't done this, and you already talking about like you so into me. I would feel weird about it too, so I understood her hesitation. But his love, his positivity, all the energy, she had to match it. And so when she started matching his energy, it was like boom, it was go between the two of them. And so when they went on their honeymoon, I noticed the way they acted compared to everybody else. You know, she wasn't jumping in to be, you know, to be intimate physically with him. She wasn't like that, but she was also smart the way she did things. Like when they got together to take a shower together, but she still had a bathing suit on, so it was still like, but it wasn't like, you know. Eventually, they did become intimately physical, but I liked the way she did it because she didn't rush into it. It was a natural progression where it just happened. Like they was a couple and they just got together and they would just boom, boom, and it happened. Okay? So, once the honeymoon is over, they get back home. You know, they had the biggest argument that I saw, of course, this is all tape. We don't know how behind the scenes. The biggest argument that I saw, she was joking with him. Because once quarantine hit, they was at home like the other couples. And they were filming their own situation. And she said, let me see how many, you know, what you got in your phone. Who's in your DM, you know. And he took it offensively, even though she was playing. They went to go back and forth. And the thing about it, the way they communicated with each other, like, hey, I wasn't messing with you. I wasn't being for real about that. Why you tripping? And he even said once they spoke about it, it was all good. Okay? He has an issue where his dad hasn't been in his life. She has her stepfather and her father. And what I thought was pretty cool is that he looks at her dad like his dad. He even showed the unseen footage where he's telling them, like, you know, if I need somebody I can talk to, I know I can call you guys. And he was like, yeah, call me anytime. So their relationship blossomed from the jump. I don't know. This shows a trip to me because, you know, honestly, before I watched this, I was like, I just don't. But people got matched together all the time back in the day and never met and never loved each other. And some of those marriages lasted 30 to 40 to 50 years. So 12 years, 12 seasons in, and they got like 11 babies. You know, something about it must be right. So anyway, they came down to D-Day and they decided to stay together. One of the things, he has a little temper, and they have spoken about that. You know, the communication to me for them two was the biggest thing, in my opinion, that actually helped their relationship, because they're communicating so much back and forth about things they like and don't like, that even when they do get into it, they're actually discussing what's going on, opposed to, you know, and he's really into his wife. He's attracted to her completely. The girl trying to do her hair. Speaking of the hair, I want to bring this up. He made a comment about her hair. They kind of went back and forth a little bit. See, you have to understand, for a black man, for a black woman to cut her hair is a big no-no. It always has been like that. I had a dad, I had uncles, everything. Cutting your hair to a black man, it's like you are just cutting off the most important part of your body. I mean, you know, it's not the most important part, but to black men, you cutting your hair is just a no. So, probably to a more, not, I know to other races as well, but I'm just saying, okay? So, she was like, you know, she has nice, thick, natural hair, but at the time, she had it, like, braids and stuff in it, and she took it down. Her hair is very pretty. It's just gorgeous hair. But she would just say, if I want to cut it off, do something, you know, you will feel a way about that. They kind of worked through that too. Like I said, the communication. So it came down to D-Day, and then they decided that they were going to go ahead and stay married. They're still married to this day. They seem even more enthralled with each other than they did the first time. It's like their love could just continually keep growing. When you see that picture of him looking at her, in the wedding picture, I'm probably going to have it somewhere around here. He's looking at her like he loves her already. So, I don't know. Cute. All right, let's get to Olivia and Brett. Okay. He is, I think he was 35. He's an IT. She's in the medical field. They decided to do this Married at First Sight. I didn't have any doubts about the two of them until, if I'm not mistaken, either was a honeymoon, something, when they got together as far as with the other couples. I always felt like he seemed real laid back. And I'm going to be honest with you, I felt like he was not attracted to her. At the wedding, I don't know, because she had the pretty wedding dress on and everything else. It just seemed like to me he was not attracted to her. Look, I'm all for falling in love, and people might say looks are not important, but to a lot of people they are. I felt like Olivia brought a lot to the table. It's like, to me, she'd be a really good wife, a confidant, everything. Plus, like the Saints. Who don't like the Saints? Come on now. And I felt like she was trying very, very hard. But I think it was unfair to her, and this is me being honest, because I felt like that Brett came in. I don't know if it was like a TV time for him. He just it seemed superficial. Even in the back, they were joking, and all he does is joke. She jokes too, but it seemed like that's his whole personality. Is all that he does is joke about everything. So, as she would ask him deep questions, he would kind of like have like, I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I like you. Yeah, I want to be married to you. That just the same, like what they call it, beauty pageant answers. Like, I want to save the world and all the kittens and the you know. He just gave this answer like he was on stage and he had to be professional. Now, she said, you know, you act a certain way on camera that you don't act off camera. He said the same thing to her, but he did never say it before she said it, which has me believing that what she's saying is more truth than what he's saying. Now, it might be both. They might be telling the truth. Both of them, I don't know. But I did not see the chemistry. I didn't see anything between the two of them to make me think that, because even if you want to get married to somebody, you got to have some kind of attraction. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be all just that, But you want some spark, something. I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. Nothing that they did when they did it. Even the honeymoon, I felt to myself, they're not going to be together. And guess what? They're not. When the whole thing with quarantine hit, it was like keeping it real goes wrong. You get to actually see what happens when they're together for that long. Because I think they normally have like maybe 2 months or something like that. But because of the quarantine, it ended up stretching to 3 months or more. He was like, I ain't down for it. I'm not done. Okay, so all of a sudden, with quarantine here, a lot of people are locked down, especially in Louisiana. The governor shut everything down. You got to stay home, a stay-at-home order. Okay? Now, a lot of people did this. She wanted to go see her mom and check on her family, even though people ask you not to travel to go see relatives, older relatives especially. I know you want to visit, and I know you want to break protocol and see how everybody's doing, but these can cause bad things to happen with the coronavirus. You can get affected and affect somebody else. So they say stay home. He got upset because she went travel to go see her mom, and he did not want her to go travel. I think he wanted her to stay home with him. And I think from there, it went down. I have to admit, I did agree with him when he said she should have stayed home. I'm a really big advocate with the coronavirus. If you don't have to go anywhere, you need to stay home. Limit your time to the grocery store and going out and about, and just stay home. Okay? In my opinion, I felt like that she just wanted to go. And when she came back home, a boy packed up everything. He's like Mike Max on Living Single. If you watch Living Single, you know, packed up his old raggedy duffel bag and left. And was out of there. And took the food out the pantry and everything. And so from there, I think she was done. I think he was done when they went to talk to Dr. Pepper. And that is his name. Dr. Pepper. Anyway, Dr. Pepper. They talked to him. Pretty much they said they're done. They're not going to do it anymore. They're just done with it. I think they were done at the honeymoon, in my opinion. So when they got together to talk, it was a little bit pettiness there. Look, they said, Brett, are you dating? He was like, oh, I'm dating a little bit. Olivia said, he is dating. My friends showed me screenshots. I was like, oh, come through with the receipts, Olivia. Screenshots of him going out and dating and all this kind of stuff. And just, you know. That's why I said I felt bad for Olivia. I felt like she should have been paired up with somebody else that wanted to do the work, because he did not. Maybe he was there for the TV show. I don't know. Christina and Henry. Christina and Henry. Let me see how I can. Let me take a sip before I say what I'm about to say. Okay. When I first saw Christina and Henry, I will have to admit this. I did think that he was gay. But, well, I don't want to say gay. I thought maybe he might have been fluid. I don't want to say I just thought that he wanted, thought maybe he might have been fluid. And that when he, wanted to, he the kind of person that would date. It didn't matter. They had no chemistry. I don't think they even had friendship chemistry. They had nothing. Okay? And Christina, I felt, was a bit pushy. Even if he wasn't giving me that vibe, I felt like she was pushing him from the get-go. I don't feel like she gave him time to breathe or to get a chance. She made little comments like, "Mr. Guys telling me I'm beautiful, and they were together for 2 years." I'm just like, okay, well, first of all, not everyone's gonna, come at you like that. I feel like she's spoiled. I think she's a single, she's the only child. And she feels like, okay, well, every guy that meets me is going to want me immediately and da-da-da-da-da. No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. For him, I felt like he seemed like he said he's not a confident person. I felt bad for him because you can tell he's not a confident person. And the statements that she made to him were, well, a deal breaker for me is confidence. He just told you he's not a confident person. He said she was rude to production and impatient. She gives me that tease. She gives me that. She seems very impatient about everything. So then she started doing some sneaky stuff. Like, I'm going for a walk. And then you come back home at 4 in the morning. then he sees you on your Insta story. People trip me out. It's like, bro, if you're trying to hide something, why are you on your Insta story? I'm here. Hi. It's just so understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. So anyway, he accused her of lying. And then I think, now this is what I'm saying. When he first accused her of lying to Dr. Pepper, all of a sudden, here comes the storyline. She says, I get a text message from a guy. He says that Henry and him have been a couple for such amount of time. He goes to her and says, who said that? Let me see the message. All of a sudden, the message is gone. He said, well, when I come on national TV and lie about this, it's 2020. There'll be no reason to, but I don't know. I'm not going to, everybody's truth is different, obviously. Everyone's truth is different. They may not want to come out and say that, regardless of what year we're in. Okay? Whether it was true or not, I feel like she was wrong. She knew that they were on national TV. She knew that her parents are watching and so is his. She did a lot of stuff to me that was like, he dodged a bullet with that one. I don't give a care who he liked. She was not the one for him because she was just very aggressive, very pushy, messy, very immature. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to drag you, Christina. I'm just stating the fact. And of course, I know production only shows us so much, so I don't know everything. That's how reality shows go. I'm only speaking on from what I saw. So was I surprised? And look, hold up. She cried more about Olivia and Brett situation than she did her own. Okay? So when it came down to decision day, D-Day, I wasn't shocked when they both was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Karen and Miles. Karen and Miles. Okay. Let's talk about Karen first. Karen is somebody who works very hard. Okay. She does programming for the medical field. And obviously she was also involved with working with people in the corona, just like Olivia was. This is the thing. When Karen, she was very nervous. She was very scared. Either her mother was. She was very nervous about doing this. And some kind of way, hold on, yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Some kind of way, she found out who he was. I think that a bridesmaid or somebody got a message, and so they got to actually see him on Facebook. I don't know how that happened, because everybody else couldn't see the person before, and he couldn't see anything about her. So she saw his page and was like, he's a little bit emotional. And she says she needs a strong male. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, I don't get it. He's more of a future 2020 man. It's going to be hard for people to understand for a woman to say, I want a strong masculine man, not a guy that's emotional. And tradition-wise, that's the way a lot of black women rock. I want a man that's strong, not sensitive or going to cry, or because he made little statements like, good, you look good, sis. She's saying, I don't want to hear that from my dude. That's what I hear from my girlfriends. A lot of people are going to say, and they probably have said, about Karen, her opinion about that. I don't think she's wrong. What she wants is what she wants. You cannot break that tradition that's been going on for all this time. She wanting a progressive man that's 2020 that's saying stuff like, girl, and all that stuff. Like, a lot of women are not going to be attracted to that. And even when she talked about her friends, she said, I want a man that, takes control, tell me what to do. Big turn on. On the other hand, I felt Miles was a really genuine, nice man who really wanted to see her nothing but happy, even over his own happiness. He had said he had dealt with depression, and he told her that, which for her was a lot. He kind of went through it a little bit with her. With the coronavirus being stuck at home, he thought it was going to be fun, and he was kind of down, he was kind of sad about it. Now, he wanted some affection from her, and she was not giving it. Now, look, they were together for like a month. They barely got a kiss or two. I said, if she wasn't attracted to him, is she going to stay married to this man? Because even if you were just really like rigid and don't want to be, physical, Touching here and there, little pet, I thought that was going to happen. But I said to myself, if you're not attracted to this man, you're not going to do that. But decision day, they decided to stay together. And I really would like to know, y'all know what I want to know. It sounds so petty. And I'm not going to say it out loud. You better figure out, type in the comments. I want to know if they, Anyway, they decided to stay together. They still together. They came on a special and talked about it. So they're still together. And we'll probably never find out about it because she's very private. In fact, she didn't even have no Instagram or anything. She's a very private person. All right, y'all. I got my notes, so y'all have to bear with me. I'll put the picture up here as I'm talking. Vincent, this is season 12 we're talking about now, okay? I'm sorry I didn't do an intro, but hey, whatever. Vincent and Brianna. First of all, can I say that she's gorgeous? Can we say that? And he is handsome. Them babies are going to be cute. Now, they don't tell you, well, they told you a little bit, obviously we haven't seen the show yet. Just had a casting special. He was about to get married or was engaged, but his ex wasn't ready. She didn't like it. He didn't have a corporate job. He wanted to start his own business, but he did, which he has. And she probably missed out. Because not only is he on a reality show and is about to get married to a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous woman. Okay? So anyway, that's the first couple. And let's talk about Chris and Paige. Paige got it going on, running her own. She wants to fall in love. Body, beautiful black woman. Let's talk about Chris, the sponge. And I call him that because he's using sponge on his head like my son all the time. Okay, so Chris is looking for a freak. Okay, I want a freak. I want some sex. Bro, do you want a sex slave or do you want a wife? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? He wants all of that. She better have a good body. She better look good. I was like, well, dang. So if she don't look good to you the first week, you going to be like, nah. Now, she said she wanted a man. She said he ain't got to be Bill Gates. But, baby, let me see you working towards something. So, to me, Paige, if he actually, now, see, the experts are saying these two are not going to be together. I'm going to predict out of all the couples, they will be together. Now, he seems obnoxious at first, but I don't know why. I feel like that's a front. I feel like Chris is putting on a front to everybody. Like, ooh, I believe Paige is going to break that down. And I believe they're going to be together. I don't know why. I believe it. This time it's filmed in Atlanta. This one last time was in New Orleans. This one's going to be filmed in Atlanta. So you know how Atlanta's going to be insane. So there are already some dramas happening with Chris. People talking about Chris's ex and stuff like that. I don't know. I ain't gonna get into the drama about that. It's too early. The show airs next week. And then we'll get into that. Okay. Let's keep it going. Sierra and Ryan. Now, for some reason, look. She made a comment, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. She was like, oh, I don't know if she's trying to say she date all races, but she said it in a different way. And I feel like they put her with Ryan because he wasn't Caucasian. I don't know. Their situation, how they were talking about them is weird. Like, she only dates outside of her race. And I don't know. Sierra's like a lot. I think Ryan's going to have a lot on his plate. The girl's complaining about her dress. This is my thing. I know that you're getting married for the first time and you get married. It's a secret wedding. All this happening really fast. I get all that. But the first thing I'm seeing with her, I know how production is, she's complaining about everything. She was the only bride I saw complaining. So far I'm looking at her like, baby, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Haley and Jacob, their age difference is crazy. 38 to 28, 10 years. But for some reason, I think that's going to work for them. He's mature and he's older. He knows what he wants. She's young. But some people who are 28, 29, they know I want to get married today and stay married. So for some reason, I feel like that these two are going to be one that lasts as well. I don't know why I feel like that, but I do. I really do. Now, Virginia and Eric, they also have an age difference of 34 and 26. I think Eric is the one that's the big gamer. I have a son that's a gamer, but he's my son, and it's sometimes a lot. Sometimes it's a lot. I have two actually that are gamers, but one is really a big gamer, and sometimes it's a lot. So if you're 34 and you're a gamer, and you're about to get married, and like when they show their houses, all their houses look like for single people. Like I think his house, I believe when Dr. Robertson walked in, he said, "This is my bachelor," or something. He said, "No, your whole house is." Refrigerator. I think that might have been Haley. No, not Haley. That was Sierra. Her refrigerator was full of Jello shots. Oh, child. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, I just started covering this, so we'll be covering season 13. It comes on next week. So we'll go live or do a video or whatever. We're going to talk about it. But you got to leave me some comment below. Let me know what you think, because this is my first time viewing it. And so we're going to get into Married at First Sight. And let's hope, because I really love the couples from last season. Y'all know I'm working behind the scenes. Y'all already know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anywho, as usual, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And, Oh, one more thing. Guys, please go and check out my membership. If you have not subscribed or joined that yet, it's $1.99 for the first tier. If I could give 99 cents, I'll do 99 cents. $1.99. Okay, I know they want y'all to pay for it, and I get it. But I just want y'all to join the membership. I'm adding emojis for us. I can't add any more until y'all subscribe or join or whatever. But I do have some already up there. And even I made it to where you have your own name or something. I added that yesterday. So, guys, make sure you guys, please, hit that join button. And when you do hit that join button, type in the comments one of my videos on the community wall saying, "Hey, I joined. Let me know so I can shout you out." All right, guys, be safe.